When you gaze at the serene beauty of a hill country stream, it's hard to believe how little it takes to turn this into this, and how critical it is to follow the slogan, "Turn around, don't drown."
You really need to realize the power of that water and how in just a few seconds that water can sweep you and your family away. You really need to respect the power of that water and turn around and don't become a statistic.
LCRA meteorologist Bob Rose says a wet winter and rocky landscapes where water has no place to soak in make Central Texas fertile ground for flash floods.
Our potential for flooding this year is very high.
The hill country is in Flash Flood Alley, where tranquil creeks and streams can turn into deadly torrents without much notice. In fact, floods claim more lives in Texas than tornadoes or hurricanes. This week, the LCRA joins the NOAA National Weather Service campaign to warn people of the dangers of walking or driving a vehicle into floodwaters. There's a reason we say turn around, don't drown. About half of all flood-related drownings are people who drive into hazardous floodwater. Many times, people don't realize the power of rushing water and try to drive through flooded roads, especially when they're in familiar territory. Rose says one problem is the very name low water crossings.
It's low because the road dips down low, but it's actually, it should be called a high water crossing because the water collects here in this low area, in this crossing. And so people should actually be calling these high water crossings. If you thought of it as a high water, you probably wouldn't drive your car into it.
It only takes about 2 feet of rushing water to sweep a car off a road.
If the water's a little bit rougher, it can move that expedition right off the roadway there.
LCRA Ranger Lance Bilski knows firsthand how dangerous that can be. He recovered the body of a woman who drowned in Deer Springs near Lake LBJ last year. She tried to drive through a flooded low water crossing just 100 yards from her home.
Swept her car down about 25 yards and it swept her out of the vehicle. We located her about a mile down the river.
As hard as it was to find her body, he says he was thankful it was him and not her children who were also out searching for her. Bilski says he wants all of us to stop and think before attempting to cross a flooded road. Think, he says, about your own family and think about the officers who will willingly risk their lives to save you.
Something to think about. You know, if you're going in there jeopardizing your life, then you're jeopardizing some of us because we're going to have to come out there and rescue you. That's what we're here for, but still, we don't want to have to get in that water either.
Central Texas flash floods rarely last more than a few hours, but those few hours are often deadly to people who don't turn around when they come across a flooded road.
The water comes up, it stays up, and then it goes down fairly quickly. So the key is don't be in such a hurry to get to your destination. If you can, wait it out or turn around and find another route to get home.
That way, everyone gets home safe, sound, and dry.